Alright, so here's the screencast for section 2. Last time we talked about segment bisectors, and this time is angle bisectors. So keep in mind, what the heck is a bisector? It means we cut into two congruent parts, right? It's the part that cuts whatever into two congruent parts. So before a segment, cut into two congruent smaller segments. Angle bisector, I'm cutting my angle into two congruent smaller angles that are equal in measure. So an angle bisector is an array that divides an angle into two congruent equal measure angles. So since BD intersects angle ABC, this means that this first angle ABD is going to be congruent to the second angle DBC. So these two angles are going to be congruent. So we put the little tick marks on them, meaning congruent. So BD bisects this overall angle. All right, so BD, this guy right here, is bisecting the overall angle. And the overall angle here is 110 degrees. So the overall angle is 110. So if we want to find the measure of a BD, which is this angle, and DBC, so that's this angle, we know those are going to be congruent. So I can take 110 divided by 2 is 55 degrees. So each of these should be an angle of 55 degrees in order to add up to 110. So the measure of ABD is 55 degrees. Measure of DBC is 55 degrees. HK, boom, right here, bisects GHJ. So we're given that GHJ, this overall angle, is 52 degrees. So if we have two congruent angles, so since we have a bisector, the two angles formed are going to be congruent. So I put little tick marks, I mean congruent. So I take 52, divide by 2, and each of those angles is going to be 26 degrees. All right, so the important part here is knowing that, wait, that 52 was the whole angle. And then because we're given that HK bisects, this bisector cuts the overall big angle into two equal smaller angles. All right, so here the trick part is like, wait, this is a 90-degree angle, because that's what this little corner means, is 90 degrees. So if my overall angle is 90 and HK is a bisector, that means this left angle has to equal the right angle. So if I take 90 divided by 2, I get 45 degrees. So the measure of angle GHK and the measure of angle KHJ, both of these angles are going to be 45 degrees. Awesome. All right, once again, the overall angle is 161. Take 161 divided by 2, I get 80.5 degrees. And what we're wanting are these two angles, and they have to be congruent. So I'm just saying measure of JHK, measure of angle JHK, and the measure of KHG, measure of KHG. Both of these have to be 80.5 degrees. All right, now we're going to throw in some curveballs. So have some algebra review inside our actual math. So BD bisects this angle ABC. So BD is this guy right here. It's bisecting this overall angle. So wait, that means that this angle is congruent to this angle over here. So I can set 55 degrees equal to x plus 12. Subtract 12 on both sides, and we get 43 is equal to x. Because those two angle measures have to be congruent. So we're given that BD is bisecting. So because it's a bisector, we know these two angles must be congruent, because that's literally the definition of bisector. Cuts into two congruent, two equal measures. So I set 9x equal to 8x plus 3. Subtract 8x on both sides, and we get x is equal to 3. All right, a little bit of algebra review. So the first thing you need to do is distribute. Distribute this out. 2 times negative 2x, so negative 4x, plus 2y, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And don't forget negative 3 times 5y is negative 15y. So if I combine like terms, I have negative 4x minus 3x, so it's negative 7x. And then if I have plus 2y minus 15y, that's negative 13y. Alright, let's combine like terms over here. I have a y squared and a y squared, so this is negative 4y squared. I only have the x squared alone, and then I have a 5x alone. Because not only do you have to have the same variable, you have to have the same exponent as well, and this is technically 5x to the first power. Now I want to distribute this 4 out, distribute the 2 out. 4x plus 12 plus 4y minus 12. Notice that the plus 12 and the minus 12 go away. They cancel. So I have 12 minus 12, that's 0. They go away. So my answer is 4x plus 4y. And let's see, I need to combine like terms here on part 4. 1/3 x minus x. So 1/3 x minus x. I'm going to rewrite it a little different. So I have like x over 3 minus x over 1. I need to multiply to make like terms. X over 3 minus 3x over 3. So x minus 3 is negative 2x over 3. Because you can think about it this way. X minus 3x all over 3. X minus 3x is negative 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Alright. Let me figure out the y. So I have 1/4 y and 2y. Basically I have y over 4 plus 2y over 1. And if I multiply by 4 over 4, I'll have y over 4 plus 8y over 4. So this is 9y over 4. So the answer would be negative 2x over 3 plus 9y over 4. I just like solved in green the x, and the purple black is solving for y. And last, in the kite, DAB is bisected by AC. So this AC is bisecting DAB. Oh, okay. So what that means is if this is 45 degrees, this must also be 45 degrees. Then we have angle BCD. BCD is this angle. And once again, it's bisected by CA. So that means if this is 27 degrees, this one here must be 27 degrees as well. So what we want to find is measure of DAB. So measure of DAB. DAB, oh, okay, well that's just going to be 45 plus 45. Let me erase a little bit. Oops. So DAB is this overall measure. So the overall measure is 45 plus 45, which is 90. And then we're going to find the measure of BCD. So BCD is this overall angle. So I add 27 plus 27. So measure BCD, 27 plus 27, which is going to be 54 degrees. And I should have wrote up here is 45 plus 45 to equal 90. And then that's it for this lesson.